my dear students, welcome back. Today we are going to start new chapter, the Toy Violin 2. So just open your textbook, page number 112. Let's share our experiences.
So here instructions are given like, do you know the names of these musical instruments? Can you describe how they are played? Let's try to do one by one. So very first instrument is here guitar. Second one sitar. These two instruments played by striking on the strings. Yes? Next one is tabla. Okay, now let's move forward for the next picture. As you can see, next two instruments are based on keyboard. Yes, first one is harmonium and second one is piano. Next one is a flute. A flute produces sound when a stream of air directed across a hole in the instrument creates a vibration of air at the hole. Next we have cymbals. Now I think it's clear how cymbals are played. Next one is tambourine. Let's see how tambourine is used.
Tambourine.
Now I think you all understood what are the names of these musical instruments. Before starting Toy Violin 2, I want to recall the story of Toy Violin 1. So, we got to know about a boy whose name is Arrow. Arrow has a very much interest in music, but his parents are not able to afford the musical training. When Arrow reached the school, he met his friend whose name is Pintu. Pintu gifted him an iktara, which can be called as toy violin, which was made by bamboo. There was a music concert in the school. In the music concert, which was at the last day of the session, Arrow played the same toy violin very well. Everybody enjoyed the music, and one man also recorded the video of it. Till here we have completed already in Toy Violin 1. Now let's start Toy Violin 2. Let's start the reading fast. So just open your textbook page number 113. So students, you should put your finger on the line so you can learn the proper pronunciation of the words. Let's get started. Arrow went home a happy boy, but he had no time to think of the fun he had had. His parents were waiting, with all the boxes packed. An hour later, they were on the train, on the way to Arrow's uncle's village to spend the holidays with him and his family. So here in the first line, Arrow went home a happy boy. Why Arrow was happy? Because the musical concert was really very nice. So that's why he was a happy boy. But he had no time to think of the fun he had had. And his parents were waiting. Why? Because the holidays are going to start now. And they were planned to spend their holidays in Arrow's uncle's village. So finally they spent their holiday there and they came back. Now again I'm going to read the next para and then after I will explain it. Arrow got back from his holiday on the first day of school. Pinto was waiting for him at the school gate. "Where have you been?" Pinto asked. "Everybody's looking for you." "Why?" asked Arrow, surprised. "You don't know?" said Pinto. "Because you are famous," he shouted, jumping up and down. So, here, when Arrow got back from his holidays, on the first day of his school, he met Pintu. And Pintu said, "Where have you been?" Pintu asked again, "Everybody is looking for you." So, here Pintu wanted to inform Arrow that everybody is just searching for him. Why? Asked Arrow surprisingly. Then Pintu said, "You don't know?" Because he was best friend of Arrow, Pintu was so excited. He jumped up and down and said, because he was famous now. Famous means, I have already explained in the last video, famous means well known. It means known by many people. So, Pintu, as a best friend, was really very excited to inform Arrow that he is now famous. Now, just put your finger on the line. Remember, a man took a video while you were playing that violin. Well, he put the video on the internet and and you are famous. What? Where? Why? Sputtered Arrow, really confused. Oh, come with me, said Pintu. I'll show you. So here Pintu informed that how he became famous. He said to Arrow, remember a man took a video while you are playing that violin? Yes, and that time he put that video, the person put that video on the internet and usually he became famous. Then after listening this, Arrow was really very confused. After looking at the face of Arrow, Pintu just understood that Arrow was really confused. So he said, come with me, I'll show you how you become famous. Then after they went to the computer room, it was full of children. When Arrow entered in the computer room, then somebody shouted, "Hey Arrow, you are on the internet." After that, one boy informed Arrow that he was on the internet and his video of playing toy violin is there on the internet. Now just turn the page for the further explanation. So just come on the page number 114. Very first I am going to read it and then after I will explain it.
Let's play it again for Arrow,
Said the computer teacher. He clicked on an icon. Arrow's face flashed on the computer screen. The children around the computer cheered. Arrow watched with his mouth open. There he was on the screen, playing the toy violin while the school clapped and cheered.
The whole world is watching this, Arrow.
Said the computer teacher.
Millions of people and they love it.
Now I'm going to explain. Let's play it again for Arrow. Computer teacher said, again play that video. He clicked on the icon and Arrow's face flashed on the computer screen. And suddenly that video started. The children around the computer cheered. They clapped. They were happy. Arrow watched with his mouth open. It means Arrow couldn't believe that he was on the internet, and because of this he was so much surprised. There he was on the screen playing that toy violin, and he saw the whole school clapped and cheered for him. Then computer teacher informed him that a whole world is watching this video because it is on the internet and millions of people they clicked on the like. It means they also like and love the performance of Arrow. Arrow sat in a daze through all his classes. Then his teacher told him,
The principal wants to see you during the break.
as Arrow made his way to the principal's office, children thumped him on the back or shook his hand. It seemed the whole school knew his name. So, after watching that video, Aro sat in the daze through all his classes. Daze means somehow he was thinking so much about the video. Okay. In Hindi, you can say khoye rehna. Okay. Then his teacher told him the principal wants to meet him. The principal wants to see him in the break. Break means recess or lunchtime. In the lunchtime, when Aro made his way to the principal's office, many of children thumbed up and they just tried to give good luck and they shook their hand also. It seemed the whole school knew his name. Now, Aro felt that everybody knew his name. It means he became famous in the school. Now, next. When he reached in principal's office, the principal said, Aro, we are proud of you. Let me read further, then after I will explain it. Aro was surprised to see his parents in the office. They were looking very happy. A man came forward and shook Aro's hand.
Hello, Aro.
He said,
I am Mr. Shah.
He was the man who had made the video.
Well done.
Said Mr. Shah.
Now the whole world loves the sound of a toy violin.
Mr. Shah is from the India Music Society.
Said the principal.
He wants to tell you something.
As the principal said, Aro, we are proud of you, Aro was surprised. Why? Because he saw his parents in the office. They were looking very happy. Suddenly, a man came forward and shook Aro's hand. He very first introduced himself that he was Mr. Shah. He was the same man who had made the video of Aro. And he also appreciated Aro's music talent. He said, well done, and also praised him and said, now the whole world loves the sound of a toy violin. Next, principal introduced Mr. Shah. Principal informed that Mr. Shah belongs to India Music Society. Then principal said, and Mr. Shah wants to inform something to Aro. Now let's move forward.
Aro,
Said Mr. Shah,
my society would like to give you a scholarship to be trained in music. Will you accept it?
yes, said Aro very loudly.
That's settled then.
Said Mr. Shah.
And since you play a toy violin so well,
He said,
you will enjoy playing this.
and he put in Aro's hands a real violin. So Mr. Shah informed Aro that he belongs to India Music Society and this society wants to give a scholarship in music training. Mr. Shah asked Aro, will you accept it? And Aro was really excited and he said, yes. Then Mr. Shah said, it's settled now. Because you like really to play a toy violin, he knew that he also loved to see a real violin as a gift. And Mr. Shah put a real violin in Aro's hands. So in this way we have finished the Toy Violin 2 also. I hope you like the story and understand it well.
Now it's time to note down your homework. Your homework is read lesson number 10, the Toy Violin 2 again. So we will meet you in the next video. Till then, keep smiling and keep learning. Take care. Bye-bye.